Guys, before I begin the video, I would like to tell you that if you haven't watched the first part of this video, go and watch it first, and then continue this video, logically, so we can see that after Ye Tian killed the monster, he gained some magical blood by defeating the monster. After drinking the magical blood, he started gaining immense powerful energy, his body starting shivering. Because of his spiritual pressure, and after eating the magical portion and other items, he then head to his home because he realized he stayed 20 days in the dungeon. And it's time to go home. While he was training in the dungeon, two girls felt his spiritual pressure and thought to visit the dungeon. They found him doing exercise and swimming by looking his body and strong, and the girls were impressed, and both of them started to blast. After leaving the dungeon, Ye Tian headed to his home, and while he was visiting the city, he found the two girls that visited him at the dungeon. When the girls approached towards him, he mistakenly recognized one of the girl as his sister. Hearing this, the girl got angry and started abusing him. Then, Xiao Yu, the other girl, called her apprentice not to abuse him. She told her to apologize to him. The girls then asked that he could sell his weapons and other things he got from the dungeon. Ye Tian agreed, and the girl leads him to a shop where he sells all his material he got from the dungeon in exchange for a huge amount of money. He thinks his sister would be happy and surprised to see so much money. While he was leaving, the girl calls him again and tells him that her shop owner, Xiao Yu, the other girl, wants to meet him. On meeting Xiao Yu, Ye Tian realizes that the girl has extreme spiritual pressure, and the girl tells him that she is from the Mohai base. Ye Tian replies that he is from Linhai base. Xiao Yu asks Ye Tian to join her base so that they could level up together and give him some time to respond. The next day, when he returns home, his sister felt very happy to see him again, when suddenly he remembers a story he told to his sister about a jellyfish that could heal itself in injuries. He thinks if he could copy the ability, he would become immortal. Later the next day, he visits the weapon-selling shop where the girl welcomes him. He then asks if he could find a map of the Lake of Death. After getting the map, he visits the lake where he finds Xiao Yu and an old man fighting with a giant monster. The monster went rampage, so Ye Tian went to help them defeat the monster so that he could get new powers to copy. When he rushes to the site, he finds Xiao Yu releasing her secret art to defeat the monster. But it didn't last long and she got heavily injured. Ye Tian then rushes to help her, saving her from the monster. When she wakes up, she thanks Ye Tian for saving her and offers him magic portion to drink while she left. Ye Tian drinks the portion, gaining immense energy and power flowing through his body. He then thinks to hunt and cultivate to gain powers and visits the lake again, where he finds the immortal jellyfish. He tries to defeat the jellyfish and got injured badly. He then realized that there are many more jellyfish approaching towards him. He runs from the spot. Escaping the lake, he goes to a cave to heal his hands, knowing that he copied the healing ability from the immortal jellyfish. The next day, an operation is being told to held across the city with all academy by the Mo family. He meets the Mo family again, where he finds the head of the Mo family, Lin Mingqi, who was a great elite martial warrior, and he was the host of the hunting competitio. Whoever wins will receive 3 bottles of high-tide monster blood and 10 million coins. Hearing this, everybody was excited for the competition. Then each of the hunters were sent to a POW detector stone to check their powers. Ye Tian intentionally lowered his spiritual pressure to make sure no one doubts him. He then approaches to Captain Galewolf, the hunter he met at the beginning when he saved a little girl from a wolf monster. He asked the captain if he could join their guild. The captain welcomed him happily and was glad to have a hunter powerful like Ye Tian.
In the middle of their discussion, some wolf monster tried to attack them, but Ye Tian feels them coming and got ready to defeat them. He defeats all wolf with a single slash on each. The captain tells that there are more wolves coming and it may be stronger than us. Just when a giant beast tried to attack them, which was a low-tier beast, one of the members finished the beast very easily, but he realizes there are more beasts coming. Suddenly Ye Tian realizes that it's the right time to reveal his true powers to his captain, because if he hides his powers, his captain and other members would be killed. Seeing Ye Tian's strength, the captain and his members were shocked, realizing how powerful Ye Tian is. Ye Tian then defeats all the monsters single-handedly. Later, Ye Tian thinks to check how strong his healing power is when suddenly another John Beast, who was the king of beasts, approaches towards Ye Tian to beat him. Ye Tian unlocks his potential a little higher, defeating the beast with a powerful slash. He realized he have won the competition. Later he drinks the blood of the monster that he defeated, gaining immense energy and magic abilities from the blood. He then approaches to the mighty ants but his captain warns him that there are plenty of giant ants there. Before he could leave, all of the major families got together in a place. The Mo family tried to take Etion to their group, and the other families also tried to take Etion to join their family, realizing how powerful he is. All of them gathered in front of the Ant King's base when an old man unseals all the ant. Etion sees that there were plenty of ants. He then unlocks his full potential. Seeing the king of ants approaching towards him, Etion uses his speed and shadow kill ability, finally defeating the king of ants. He then copies the ability of the ants, merging it with his powers, getting extremely powerful. He then leaves to his house where his sister was patiently waiting for him, when suddenly his captain also visits his house to give him his assets he got from the monsters. Etion then invites him for lunch. After his captain was on the way to leave his house, Etion finds that the Mo family butler has invited him to his residence for dinner. Etion refuses. The butler got angry, but Etion catches his throat and almost broke his arms in anger. The butler tells Etion that he would take revenge someday. The next day, the butler informs about the incident to the Mo family head, where all of them were in extreme anger. Hearing the news, the family head orders to send an assassin to capture Etion. When Etion finds an assassin, he cooked all of the assassin as if they were lunch. The assassins realized that they were extremely cooked. Etion then defeats all of them without breaking any sweat. Then Mo Sheob's father comes to apologize him to leave him. Etion doesn't shows mercy and bumps him to the ground. Etion then approaches to the Mo family house, where he ambushes and kills the great elder son. The Mo family head was enraged and goes all out to defeat Etion. He was shocked to see Etion's power, realizing he has the power of a great warrior. The great elder unleashes his full potential, but he was nothing in front of Etion. Everything in the house got destroyed, and the real battle between Etion and the great elder of Mo family begins. So it's the end of the video, guys. The part 3 of this video will be uploaded next week, so stay tuned.